Hello ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to a Citadel Forged with Fire video. I'm going to be talking about the updates that are coming for Citadel's Forged with Fire, as well as my opinion and how it's gone with the launch on Xbox and PlayStation and coming out on 1.0. I'm glad to see they've finally started to talk about what's coming in. They still haven't got a roadmap, the developers, but they have announced plans for updates. These updates have gone live on PC and they'll be coming to Xbox or PlayStation in the next couple of weeks. Citadel Forged with Fire has done much better than I thought it would, although I kind of did predict it would do well on console. There really isn't that many types of games where you can play multiplayer in a survival or RPG nature, and so people have enjoyed it on Xbox and PS4. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on my videos talking about the game, how much you guys like it, and for sure I think there is a good game here underneath the rough edges, and certainly when you get past the early part of the game it really opens up and you really start having a lot more fun with the stuff that you unlock later on. Anyway, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more in a proper review video. But for now, let's talk about what's coming to Citadel Forged with Fire. Also, don't forget to see me play and record these videos or from my live streams. Follow me on Mixer, JADE-PG. The link will be in the description box down below as well. Give me a follow. Watch me play these types of games Monday to Friday, 9 o'clock in the morning till usually 1 or 2. And also come join my PS4 server. I have a PS4 Citadel's Forged with Fire server. It should just be called JADE-PG. It's boosted. If you want more info or keep up to date, join Discord for all of that stuff. Anywho, let's talk about what's happening. Some of the more notable changes in this patch include the ability to now sort items inside storage chests and the ability to order NPCs to attack a specific target while in defensive or aggressive mode. Apart from that, there's a ton of other changes and fixes. Let's go through some of them. Combat improvements for Evren, adjustments made to Dark Bolt projectile, more adjustments to projectiles coming in future update, adjustments made to NPC level multiplier and pacifier spell, higher level creatures tame a little bit quicker, improvements made to Roots of Wrath spell. I noticed that that is quite powerful, but it kind of knocks a lot of the NPCs or the enemies away and you don't really actually get much use out of it. Increased Arcane Storm area of effect by 25%. Decrease or increase I should say to Geyser area of effect, and added enemy debuff for more damage, doubled the effective range of Ice Strike, increased effective range of Fire Strike by 33%. It does seem like a lot of the melee spells you have to be right up in the creatures' faces for them to actually work. Increased explosive damage of Fire Grenade and adjusted physics, increased pacifier range by 15%. Decreased level 1 and 2 predator HP and damage as a nerf for starting area boars. Yes, killer boars will finally not be such a thing. Everyone's laughing at me in my Let's Play little video I did a week ago when it launched because I was getting owned by boars. But screw you guys, the boars are OP. Decreased quantity of starting area boars, capped NPC level creatures that may spawn near starting areas at level 10 down from 12 to provide a more consistent early game experience. Drops level 10 mana general requirements from 4 to 2 points. They've added Blade Tooth crafting recipe to fit a more appropriate scale difficulty. Reduced knowledge requirements for Wood Spike Pit from 3 to 2. They've done that with the repair bench and the storage cabinet. They've reduced it. Better hierarchy for the mana costs of flight trinkets. They now scale more appropriately. Provide small amount of armor on a shabby tunic, and so basically tell you get some armor on. More appropriate burn, debuff scaling for Dragon Fire Breath attacks. Wheat now properly grows like other basic regents. Adjustments made to Giant Eagle Tornado. Enemy projectiles now dismount players from flight trinkets. Minor tweaks made to large NPC attacks to provide better sense of size and power. Fixed unicorn not defending owner, increased procedural sprite spawns in peripheral forest areas, adjusted NPCs in Yakko Bokin's cave to prevent infighting and provide a more appropriate challenge, so no one's going to be just cheesing that anymore. Slight adjustment made to Griefing cave entrance, minor tweaks made to boss level loot chests, increased delay between siege turret attacks and reducing damage such as that one turret will take approximately 8 hours to destroy one marble wall. They've also done a bunch of stuff as well with adjustments, aesthetics. They've got more animations that are better. I'm not going to go through all of these. You'll kind of get it when you get it. I don't think they're as important. The technical fixes are good though. The NPC's been able to target a specific target. That's really good. Ability to sort items inside storage chests, as we mentioned at the beginning. Structure deletion confirmation has been removed, so you won't have to keep doing that every 2 seconds. If you made a mistake, simply press the X on it and it should be gone. Abandoned structures can be deleted but contain cooldowns. Weapon slots display numbers for order clarity. They've added a drop all commands and inventory screen. They've added a transfer all gamepad feature for transferring stacks to the inventory. Yes! Magic crafting screen displays spell preview item cards before crafting the spell. They've improved the detection of structures to prevent creatures from spawning inside castles. Flag for PvP messages no longer occur on PvE servers. Reduced mix texture sharpening. Repair bench shows repair progress overhead. They've added aim assist for gamepad. I have noticed it. The gamepad really does feel like you're just playing with unoptimized sort of game. Especially on Xbox and PS4, you need a little bit of aim help, and they've added that a little bit. Crafting bench cancel button is reversed on the confirmation window. They've fixed server crashing while mounting or dismounting. Push to talk is now the default. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's anything about voice or text chatting. That's something on PC, but it looks like they haven't got it on Xbox or the PlayStation. Default voice or VoIP volume is now 50%. All other map icons are now hidden when attempting to fast travel. Required level is always displayed on items rather than when the player does not meet the requirements. NPCs don't look at the follow target while mounted anymore. Fixed PvP flagging party members when hitting them with spells, so no accidentally trolling other people. Server announcements, print to the server log. A bunch of fixes that I'm not going to go through. They're just more or less all to do with animations and stuff not necessarily working, or crashes. I've got to say, I've not had any crashes on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox since I've been playing it. Tame damage against other players in PvP has been reduced. Flying creature fireballs now accurately hit the target point in the center of the screen. Flying creatures will go into flying mode if being attacked by flying players. Yes, it's been so easy to cheese a lot of the enemies. Even with limited mana, you can still hop on your broom and literally just cheese most of the enemies. So hopefully that's fixed a lot of that. Monoliths now only allow one buff at a time. RIP! If you're on Xbox or PS4, make the most of the multiple bonuses. That's not going to be the case once this goes live on the Xbox or PS4 in a couple of weeks. They do finish the post off saying how proud they are of the game and how they're basically really thankful for you guys, for everyone for buying it and trying it out. Seems like the response has been good. As I did kind of predict, I still think this is maybe not the world's best game out there, but certainly for console, it's something of a bit of a niche or a bit of a cult classic. It'll end up being one because it's filling a void at the moment. People love a bit of magic. They love a bit of PvP. They don't necessarily want to spend 100 hours taming creatures like in Ark, or they don't want to have to deal with some of the issues that Conan Exiles throws up. This is a little bit, I'd say, a bit more casual, but it opens up a lot more. It's hard to get into because of some of the problems and some of the repetitive nature at the beginning, but once you get into it and start unlocking stuff at later levels, it can be pretty fun. Whether or not it works as a single player game, I'm still not 100% sure. I still think this is the best way to play this game is on a multiplayer server, whether it's PvE or PvP. I think PvP is really probably my favourite way to play the game. Let me know what yours is. Right now, it's had some of its best numbers it's had in literally years, like in 2 years since it launched. It's had such a low amount of people playing it on PC, and then it's been up nearly to 1,000 players playing on its peaks on Steam. It's got 4 stars on Xbox. It may only be 13 reviews, but that's still pretty good, so I'm glad to see that people are enjoying it on there. And I presume on the PS4 it's got a decent following as well, as most people, like I said in my comment section, seem to appreciate it. If you do want to see more about what I think about Citadel's early game and the first impressions, go and check out the impressions video I did recently, and make sure you stay tuned for all the guides. I've been working hard and I've got a bunch of guides I'll be releasing over the weekend, giving you loads of tips on all sorts of things. So I'll give you the heads up when this comes to Xbox and the PlayStation. I'll certainly do an update video when it hits. For now, that's what you got to look forward to on Xbox and PS4, and if you're on PC, enjoy the game.